Good evening, everybody. It's October 5th, 2021 at 9:01 p.m. Okay, I saw a poem today on Facebook. I don't know who wrote it, but the poem was absolutely beautiful and it relates to this month as we're talking about pregnancy and Infant Loss Awareness Month. So I'm going to read it to you guys and then we'll talk. Alright, so here it goes. So bear with me. Whether you lost your baby at 6 weeks, whether you lost your baby at 12 weeks, whether you lost your baby at 16 weeks, whether you lost your baby at 20 weeks, whether it's your first loss, whether it's your second loss, whether it's your third loss, whether it's your fourth loss, whether you had not had a child, whether you already have a child, whether you have 2 children, whether you have 3 children or more, whether you lost your baby in your teens, whether you lost your baby in your 20s, whether you lost your baby in your 30s, whether you lost your baby in your 40s, whether you lost your baby through IVF, whether you lost your baby through unplanned pregnancy, whether you lost your baby through planned pregnancy, whether you lost your baby through surrogacy. Your pregnancy loss matters. Your grief matters. Your tears matter. You matter. So, that was a poem I had read a couple days ago, and I had saved the image because I eventually wanted to talk about it with you guys. And it's true, like, no matter what stage or gestation, whatever word you want to use, your pregnancy did matter. And no matter what, you got to care about you. You matter to somebody. You matter to your family, your friends, your other children, your spouse, whoever it may be. But you also matter to a great Father. You matter to Jesus. You matter to God. So, and don't ever think, oh, I only lost my baby at 8 weeks. I should be over it. I only lost my baby at 10 weeks. Or maybe you didn't even know you were pregnant and you had that miscarriage. Your pregnancy still mattered, no matter what. And that baby's life mattered. It's tough. And no matter which way you cut it. Infant loss and pregnancy loss are hard. I think losing a child at any age is hard. Don't get me wrong. But like I said, this month, pretty much all these videos are dedicated to all the angel mommies and daddies out there who lost their children, either due to miscarriage, SIDS, or stillbirth. And it's a hard concept, like, because you don't really know your child's personality yet. I mean, even as a baby, you kind of know their personality, but you don't really know what they would grow up to be, and that's the hardest thing because we keep thinking, like, the infamous what ifs, like, what could we have done? And then you think, what could you have done differently during your pregnancy to make it not happen? What could you have done differently with that baby that you went to go pick up from a nap or whatever, and they already had gained their wings? We'll never truly understand why these things happen, and sometimes do we really want to understand? I mean, yeah, if you're like me, you always want answers. But sometimes we don't get those answers. Or maybe we do get those answers and we just are so distraught and we just have those grief bursts that just happen. But no matter what or how your child had passed away, you matter. Your pregnancy mattered. Did it matter? like they said in that poem, like, even if it's an unplanned pregnancy, that pregnancy might not have been planned, but the minute you lose your child in your belly, a part of you is gone. A big part of you is gone. I remember, because Marigold wasn't really planned either, but the minute we came to terms that we were going to have a baby, we were over the top excited. So unplanned became time for planning for a new arrival, a new addition to our family. I remember so many things I had bought for her. I was so excited. I remember that day when I found out I was having a little girl. I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be so cool. And I also remember that day when I lost her, and all my dreams and hopes and everything just felt like they were ripped right out of my chest. And that pregnancy mattered. And everybody's so quick to say, oh, are you going to try again? You can always have another one and everything. That's not what I want to hear. I don't know if you angel mommies and daddies feel that way. That if you want to hear that, I don't really find comfort in that. It's like, yeah, maybe I can have another one, but I still wanted that pregnancy. That pregnancy mattered. I mean, it's like only 20 more days and it would have been her due date. And Sean and I are going over to the place where her ashes were scattered that day. And Sean said to me yesterday he wants to bake her a cake. And I was like, okay, go ahead. Hopefully it's sugar-free or I can eat it. I mean, it's just those little things like that make you upset and tear up, because like, you think of how many more days you think about, like, oh my God, I'm gonna have the baby soon and the baby's gonna be born soon. But the minute you hear those words, there's no heartbeat. You'll never feel so excited for that infamous due date. It's like, I know her due date's October 25th. I gotta work that day. Sean took off for that day. But I'm switching shifts with the lady I work with, just where we can go see that place where her ashes are scattered. I might do a video while I'm there. I don't know, it depends. It's tough. It really is. As these days go by and the time gets closer and closer to her due date, my heart breaks a little more every day, because I'm afraid of how I will be that day. I'm afraid how Sean will be that day, because that pregnancy mattered. It really did. She was our first human child that was going to be brought into this world. But no, instead, she gained her wings on that day, May 11th, 2021 at 5:04 a.m. That day, I think I'll be more of a wreck, maybe. I don't know. It's tough. I mean, I keep praying and praying, like, that I'll eventually have my rainbow. But I don't know. I mean, I pray about it, but maybe God knows something different. I don't know. It's rough. But like the poem says, you matter, your grief matters, your tears matter. Like I've told you guys before, don't be ashamed to cry. It's okay to cry over the loss of your child. But also speak their names. Spread the awareness, guys. Just spread it. I mean, I know I didn't get a chance to today because I had to bring my dad to work, but I want to call these hospitals and call these different churches and ask them if I could do a seminar for them about stillbirth and how you get through it in God's way. So I gotta do that, yeah. Because I want to spread that word. I want to spread that awareness. I want to go across country and just spread these awarenesses. Because maybe I can change the world by spreading the awareness, and maybe there'll be enough research that there will never be another pregnancy loss. There'll never be another stillbirth loss. There'll never be another SIDS loss. Who knows? I don't know. Even if I don't change the world, which I want to, for angel mommies and daddies such as ourselves. But even if it helps one person, even if that one person is me, I mean, I still am in the grieving process. I have my good days, I have my bad days. I have my in-between days where half the day I'm okay, the other half of the day I'm a total wreck. But I know my sweet Marilyn Ann is in God's arms, and He's rocking her in God's heavenly rocking chair. And just because I can't rock her down here, I know my Lord and Savior is rocking my child. Even though I can't sing her a lullaby, God's heavenly choir is singing her a lullaby. Sorry guys, I can't talk. I don't know what happened there. Even though I can't read her a story, I know Jesus is reading her a story. Even though I can't hold her and kiss her and hug her and everything, I know all my loved ones that are up in heaven are hugging her and loving her. Even though I can't see her, I know she can see me. I know she's with me every day, because every time I get a little sad or a little weepy, God sends her to me in butterfly form. That's how I know my beautiful girl is always with me. My heart may be broken, but it will be healed once I get to heaven's gates and I see my sweet girl. So guys, we just got to remember our pregnancy mattered, whether it be unplanned or planned, whether it be through an IVF treatment or through surrogacy. We just got to remember that pregnancy mattered. Doesn't matter, guys. Your child mattered. Your pregnancy mattered. We will get through it one day at a time, one step at a time, 1 second at a time. You guys know that. You guys know I'm always praying for you. And I pray that one day we don't have to be doing these videos on pregnancy loss, infant loss, or any loss of a child. I hope one day it gets to the point where we can all outlive our children. Or not outlive, I'm sorry. Our children can outlive us. Wow, I did not mean that at all. But I'm hoping one day it will come to that. Even though, I mean, we don't want to see our children hurt about us dying. But it's more natural that our children bury us. We shouldn't be burying our children. The, this bereavement as parents is a hard pill to swallow, and trust me, I know about swallowing pills for all the medication I'm on. Oh, kind of make light of the situation, I guess. But remember, we wear pink and blue in October for pregnancy and infant loss awareness. Alright, guys. If you like these videos, just like, comment, subscribe, share these videos, whatever you guys want to do. I said subscribe. Just remember, I love you. I'm always praying for you guys. Have a great night. Be blessed. And peace.